Hi, this is Chris with Sanderson Test Prep, and we're taking a look at questions 20 and 21 in section 4 of SAT Practice Test 1. So for question 20, it reads, Alma bought a laptop computer at a store that gave a 20% discount off its original price. So they give us two indicators there of what we're going to do with this numerically. It's discount, and they double down and say it's off. So we're going to be subtracting that from our original price. The total amount she paid to the cashier was P dollars, including an 8% sales tax. So here, sales tax is going to be added on. So that's going to be something in addition to that original, or that new cost, on the discounted price. Which of the following represents the original price of the computer in terms of P? So for these percent change questions, one thing that we want to do is make sure that we understand if you were to purchase something for, let's say, $70, and it's 20% off, there are two ways we can calculate this. What a lot of people would do is multiply this by 0.20 for the 20%, which would give us 14, and then do a second step and subtract that from our original, which would give us 56. And you can do that, and that will give you the correct answer. But if you notice, that gives you the correct answer in two steps. What we want to push ourselves to see if we can is that whenever you have a percent change, so if it's a discount or if it's a tax, so something being subtracted or added, either way, if it's a percent change and you're trying to find out that new price, instead of doing the two-step calculation, you can also look at what that new price would be in one step by relating the percentage to 100. Everything starts at 100%. So if it's 20% off and you're subtracting 20, that means you'd be left with 80%. That would be reflective of your new price. And if you use that approach, then you can do this two-step calculation that we see down here in just one step. You can do 70 times 0.80 for your 80%, and that'll give you that same answer of 56, but we were able to do it in one step. Now that's important to save some time, SAT-wise, but it's also important because sometimes you'll have a question, just like we see here in number 20, where they are actually asking us to set it up that way using this same logic. So here, we have our original price, which is what they're asking for. What is the original price? So you have your original, and then to indicate our discounts 20% off, we can multiply that original times 0.80 or 0.8. And then with the sales tax, since we're adding that on to 100, 100 plus 8% would be 108, which as a decimal would be 1.08. And that will equal our new price, which they tell us is P. So then to solve for the original, we divide both sides by 0.8 times 1.08, and our original is going to equal P over 0.8 times 1.08, which matches up with what we see in answer choice D. So again, with percent change questions, make sure that you get comfortable with this idea of looking at it as a one-step calculation seen here. This is our target way of approaching those questions, as opposed to the two-step calculation, which is still mathematically going to get you the right answer, but SAT-wise, if we can avoid doing that extra step, we'll save some time and we'll be able to get a more difficult percent change question like number 20 correct. Now let's move over here and take a look at 21. And this question reads, the data in the table above were produced by a sleep researcher studying the number of dreams people recall when asked to record their dreams for 1 week. Group X consisted of 100 people who observed early bedtimes, and Group Y consisted of 100 people who observed later bedtimes. If a person is chosen at random from those who recalled at least one dream, what is the probability that the person belonged to Group Y? Okay, so key factors here. If. So when they say if a person is chosen at random from those who recalled at least one dream, that means that we are not looking at this group at all, because that group that did not recall any dreams is not part of the group that they're giving us the condition for. The condition is for only those who recalled at least one dream, which means it is going to include both of those pieces. So if we do 39 plus 125, it's going to be out of a total of 164 when we add those together. And then they want the probability that the person belonged to group Y. So out of these groups that we circled here, the probability that they belonged to group Y will be the total of those included from group Y, which will be 11 plus 68. When we add those together, that'll be 79 group Y individuals out of the total of 164. And that matches up with answer choice B. So remember, for probability, your probability is always going to be equal to the number of desired results over the number possible or total number of results for the whole group that they're referring to. So in this case, our desired results are the group Y individuals out of our total of everybody who had recalled at least one dream. And that gives us B for number 21. Up next, we'll continue with the rest of